Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is ESL 1 or beginning ESL level A1, Unit 11, Lesson 1. Today we're going to be talking about subject and object pronouns and then using those to talk about members of the family. All right, we're going to listen to Rory talk about his family. So listen to see if he mentions any of these words.
My parents have been married for 37 years. My mother is a nurse. She is very caring and generous. My father is a manager at the airport. He is hardworking and always very calm. I am the youngest child. I have an older sister and an older brother. My older sister Nicole is 35 years old. She is a fashion designer. She is married and has 2 children. My older brother Tom is 32 years old. He works in finance. He is single. He lives alone in an apartment in New York City. He is very intelligent and serious.
All right, we'll listen again, and this time I will check off the words as he says them so you can check your answers.
My parents have been married for 37 years. My mother is a nurse. She is very caring and generous. My father is a manager at the airport. He is hardworking and always very calm. I am the youngest child. I have an older sister and an older brother. My older sister Nicole is 35 years old. She is a fashion designer. She is married and has 2 children. My older brother Tom is 32 years old. He works in finance. He is single. He lives alone in an apartment in New York City. He is very intelligent and serious.
All right, so Rory said all of the words except upset. He did not say upset. All right, we're going to listen to Rory again, and then we're going to answer these questions true or false. So listen once again.
My parents have been married for 37 years. My mother is a nurse. She is very caring and generous. My father is a manager at the airport. He is hardworking and always very calm. I am the youngest child. I have an older sister and an older brother. My older sister Nicole is 35 years old. She is a fashion designer. She is married and has 2 children. My older brother Tom is 32 years old. He works in finance. He is single. He lives alone in an apartment in New York City. He is very intelligent and serious.
All right, so Rory's mother is a nurse. That was true. His mother is always upset. That's false. He said she was kind and very generous. His father is a manager at the airport. That is true. Rory has a brother and 2 sisters. That's false. He has 1 brother and 1 sister. And his brother is single and he works in finance in New York City. That was true. All right, so now we're going to look at the pronouns he, she, or they. And so we're going to look at these words in bold and see if we can replace them with one of these pronouns. So my parents have been married for 37 years. Well, you could also, instead of saying my parents, you could say they. They have been married for 37 years. My mother is a nurse. She is very caring and generous. So mother would be she. My father is a manager at the airport. So father would be a man, so you could use he. My older sister Nicole is 35 years old. So again, for a woman or a girl, we would use she is 35 years old. And my older brother Tom is 32 years old. So Tom is a male, so we would say he. He is 32 years old. All right, now we're going to talk about subject pronouns. So we use subject pronouns in the subject of the sentence. And so we're going to try to complete these sentences with the correct subject pronoun. So he says, "Hi, I'm Mike." So he's talking about himself, so we know that he would say, "I am a carpenter." So when you talk about yourself, you use the pronoun I in the subject. These people are from France, but, so now we're talking about other people, more than one. So in that case, you would use they. They live in Spain. Here, she says, "Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my friend Ellen." Now we have two people, but she is one of the people. So when we talk about ourselves and at least one other person, we would say we. We are students. London is an amazing city, but London is not a person, so we would use it. It is expensive. So we use it for cities, things, animals, but not people. Vivian has her own business, and so Vivian's a woman, so we would say she has 3 children. And Zhang studied science. He works at a college. All right, now we're going to take a look at subject pronouns and object pronouns. So it says, read the sentences carefully. This is my dog Spot. I feed him in the morning. I walk him every day. These are my favorite shoes. I always wear them. I don't like coffee. I never drink it. So here we can see that him, them, and it are what we call object pronouns because they're pointing back to the object of the sentence. So dog, this is my dog. Dog is the object of the verb is. So I feed and then him. So him is standing in for my dog, but it's also an object, the object of the verb feed. And then here I walk him. So here him is the object of the verb walk. So we wouldn't say I walk he or I walk. You could say because it's an animal, you might say I walk it, but generally with animals, if we know the gender, if they're male or female, we can use him and her or he and she. And then here, shoes, again, shoes are the object, so I always wear them, meaning the shoes. And then here, I never drink it, meaning the coffee, which is the object. So we use subject pronouns in front of the verb. We can help you. He is not studying today. John and I are friends. We are students. So can help, is not studying, are friends, are students. So subject nouns come before the verb, or subject pronouns come before the verb. We use object pronouns after a verb, and also object pronouns can come after a preposition. So we can help you. So here we have we is the subject pronoun, but you is the object pronoun because it comes after the verb can help. Mary is my friend. I like her. So I is the subject pronoun because it comes before the verb like, and her is the object pronoun because it comes after the verb like, and the her is referring to Mary. My homework was difficult, but I finished it. So here, finished is the verb, I is the subject pronoun, and it is the object pronoun, and it's referring to homework. All right, so we're going to take a look at how we use subject pronouns and object pronouns. So here, I like John, so that is the subject of the sentence, but John doesn't like me. So this is the object, so we use the object pronoun. Now, you is a little bit different in that you can be both a subject and an object pronoun. It's the same. You are my friend. I like to do activities with you. So here we have you as the subject. Here we have it as the object of the preposition with, but you doesn't change. So subject or object, it's always you. He was my teacher last year. I liked him. So here we have he is the subject. It comes before the verb was. I liked him comes after the verb liked. And because we're talking about a male, that's why we use him as the object pronoun. Mary is my neighbor. I spoke to her yesterday. So her would be the object form of she. So you could say Mary is my neighbor or she is my neighbor for the subject pronoun. I spoke to Mary yesterday or I spoke to her yesterday. I live in Istanbul. It is my favorite city. I love it. So here, it again is one that doesn't change from the object to the subject. So here's the object. It is my favorite city, meaning Istanbul is my favorite city. I love it. So the object coming after the verb. We met Tom and Kate 2 years ago, but they don't remember us. So again, we comes before the verb met, so that's the subject pronoun. Us comes after the verb don't remember, so it's the object pronoun. Do you see these shoes? They are old. I bought them 10 years ago. So here, they is referring to the shoes. So we could say the shoes are old. So they is taking the place of the noun shoes as the subject. And then in the object position, I bought them or I bought the shoes 10 years ago. So it and them are for ideas, places, and things, and them can also be used for people. And as we've said before, the pronouns that have the same form are you and it. So they are both the same in the object and the subject form. All right, so now take a few moments. You can pause the video and see if you can choose the correct pronoun and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, number one, where are my keys? I think I left them on the kitchen table. Keys is plural, and so that's why you would use them and not it. I enjoyed the film. It was excellent because a film is a thing. But my sister didn't like it. So again, here we have it as the subject and it as the object, again referring to the film. And the way you test it, you could put the noun back in place of the pronoun. You could say, the film was excellent, but my sister didn't like the film. All right, it's Sally's birthday today, so I bought a gift for, should be her. Because we have bought is the verb, and for is a preposition. So after a verb or after a preposition, we have to use the object form, which is her. Where are my sunglasses? Do you have them? So again, sunglasses are plural. It comes after the verb have. So we need the object pronoun them. Vegetables are my favorite foods. What about you? Do you like them? Again, vegetables is plural, so that's why we use them instead of it. And like is the verb, and so after the verb we have to use the object form, which is them and not they. Hey, I got a nice cake from the shop. Do you want to eat it now? So here, it refers to the cake. The cake is a thing. Eat is the verb, or want is actually the verb. Want to eat, and it comes after the verb, so we have to use the object pronoun. My English teacher is Mr. Cabot. He is very nice, but he gives me a lot of homework. So here, he is the subject because it comes before the verb is. But in this part of the sentence, he gives me, gives is the verb, and so me needs to take the object form because the object form comes after the verb. This is a great book. I finished it last week. So again, book is an it, comes after the verb, so it would be the object of the verb finished. So you could also say, I finished a great book last week. Leah is a new student in our class. Do you know her? So Leah is female, and we need the object form after the verb know. So, do you know her? All right, so now you're going to try and fill in the blanks on your own with the correct object pronouns. All of these would be object pronouns. So go ahead and take a few minutes, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see the answers. All right, here are the answers. Do you like these shoes? I bought them last week. Thomas is at the hospital. We visited him yesterday. Wesley and Caleb didn't come to our party last night. I wanted to see them. Katie and I waited for you for 2 hours. Why didn't you call us? There was a big cat in our garden this morning. I shouted at it and it ran away. This movie is wonderful. I like it a lot. Here's a photo of Marie and her family. She was a child. Do you see her in the photo? John, I'm at the cafe on Parkside Avenue. Come and meet me. All right. Now we're going to listen and fill in the correct object pronouns.
Pam called me yesterday. Everyone likes her. I baked a cake, and we ate it last night. I can see them. I like Sarah, but she doesn't like me. Our family visited them last year. The shoes are too expensive. You can't buy them. He told you the news. My parents gave us the keys to the house. The glass broke when Kim dropped it on the floor. The dog bit him.
All right, so just a little more practice with object pronouns. All right, so who are you like? Are you like your mom or your dad? Who do you take after? Take after is an expression meaning who are you similar to? So David says, everyone says I take after my mom. We're both serious people. Gabriel says, I take after my dad. We have photos of my dad when he was young. I'm like him, but with a modern haircut and clothes. And Mehmet says, I look like my dad, but I take after my grandma. We both love helping people. All right, so what about you? So try to answer these questions. You can either write them or record your answers to practice speaking aloud. About you and your family. When you were a baby, did you look like your mom or your dad? And who do you look like now? Who do you take after? Are you a happy person? Are you similar to your grandma? Are you a hardworking person? Are you similar to your dad? So just think about that and either write or record your answers. All right, so we're going to listen to Mark and Sarah, and we're going to be listening for these adjectives.
Can you tell me a little more about your family? Who are you like?
My father. Everyone tells me that I am just like him. I look like him. We are both tall, with dark hair and light eyes. And I act like him. We are usually calm and never angry.
Do you take after your mom?
Not really. I am very different than her. She is very talkative, and I am quiet. She is very caring, and I am more selfish.
All right, we'll listen again and I'll check off the adjectives as they mention them.
Can you tell me a little more about your family? Who are you like?
My father. Everyone tells me that I am just like him. I look like him. We are both tall, with dark hair and light eyes. And I act like him. We are usually calm and never angry.
Do you take after your mom?
Not really. I am very different than her. She is very talkative, and I am quiet. She is very caring, and I am more selfish.
Okay, so they mentioned everything except noisy and energetic. All right, so Sarah talks about her family members. We'll listen to that again and we'll answer these questions, true or false.
Can you tell me a little more about your family? Who are you like?
My father. Everyone tells me that I am just like him. I look like him. We are both tall, with dark hair and light eyes. And I act like him. We are usually calm and never angry.
Do you take after your mom?
Not really. I am very different than her. She is very talkative, and I am quiet. She is very caring, and I am more selfish.
You are 31 years old, right?
Yes.
I know your brother is 32. Are you and your brother very close?
Yes, we are. I have always wanted to be like him. I am very close to my sister, too. My siblings are great. I really admire them.
It's fantastic that you have such a strong relationship. Tell me about your sister's children.
Well, my nephew Henry is 4 years old, and my niece Margot will turn 1 in November. I love playing with them because they are so much fun. Henry loves to talk, and Margot is just starting to walk. As you can imagine, my brother and sister-in-law are very busy with 2 young children.
All right, let's listen again. And as she mentions each item, I will mark it true or false.
Can you tell me a little more about your family? Who are you like?
My father. Everyone tells me that I am just like him. I look like him. We are both tall, with dark hair and light eyes. And I act like him. We are usually calm and never angry.
Do you take after your mom?
Not really. I am very different than her. She is very talkative, and I am quiet. She is very caring, and I am more selfish.
You are 31 years old, right?
Yes.
I know your brother is 32. Are you and your brother very close?
Yes, we are. I have always wanted to be like him. I am very close to my sister, too. My siblings are great. I really admire them.
It's fantastic that you have such a strong relationship. Tell me about your sister's children.
Well, my nephew Henry is 4 years old, and my niece Margot will turn 1 in November. I love playing with them because they are so much fun. Henry loves to talk, and Margot is just starting to walk. As you can imagine, my brother and sister-in-law are very busy with 2 young children.
All right, so all of these were true except letter F. She has a niece, but her name isn't Carla, it's Margot, but all of the others were true. All right, so now we want to try to rewrite these sentences using an object pronoun. So Sarah takes after her father, she takes after him. So him would replace her father. So try that with B, C, and D, or actually A, B, C, and D, and then restart the video when you're ready to check the answers. All right, Sarah looks like her father. So we would say Sarah looks like him. Sarah is not like her mother. Sarah is not like her. Sarah likes her brother and sister. So that would be Sarah likes them. And Sarah talked about her sister's children. Sarah talked about them. All right, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit about subject and object pronouns. Please share, like, and subscribe, and also leave me any comments with questions or topics that you would like to see in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.